This is the Garden of English. I'm Tim Freitas, and today we're going to start something new in partnership with teachingrhetoric.com. And this is going to be a segment called Quick Questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to, and by we, I mean just some people that have gotten together to create teachingrhetoric.com. We're going to monitor online forums and online sites, and we're going to try to find questions that are consistently asked that we can try to take care of with the video. And so the first question that we're going to actually take care of involves the materials that we can use for grading in our classroom, that we can't use for grading in our classroom, and we're talking about the materials that the College Board actually offers to us. So what we'll do is we'll actually just talk about what those materials are and how we can access them and how we can know if we can offer a grade, if we can't offer a grade, and what we can do otherwise. So I am going to shrink myself up here. Let's just make sure, yep, there we go. All right, and so I can share my screen with you. And what we're going to look at first is this first screen, which is the login for if you were to go to myap.collegeboard.org. So this is my AP. You will see that I have completed my course audit page, and we know that because I have my my courses that I teach right here. Now, one of the things that I'd like to point out is I want to just talk about what you agree to when you deal with the College Board. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where it says AP Courses and Exams, and you're going to see where it says AP Course Audit. Okay? So if I go to the AP Course Audit site, and don't forget, with the College Board, everything is a few hundred clicks away. But if I go to the AP Course Audit site, what I'm going to do is I am going to just look at this. Okay, about AP Course Audit, here's where we get our initial kind of page. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on where it says Sign In to Course Audit. So I'm already signed in, but they do make you check your password a lot, or verify your password a lot. So we'll sign in here, okay, in order to get into the Course Audit page. So I have my Course Audit here, and I want to just show you that up at the top, and this is the first place where you can access secure documents for the College Board. I'll shrink myself just a little bit more, right where it says Resources. If you click up here on where it says Resources, you're going to go to where it says Practice Exams and Secure Documents. So we're going to click here, and the reason why is because when you look at these exams, this tells you what you can and can't do. Okay? If you're going to use a practice exam, you are free to use this and assign a grade for it. How do I know? Because right in here it tells you there's no language that says that you cannot assign a grade for these elements here. What you're agreeing to with these practice exams is that you're going to use it for in-classroom use only, okay? You're going to keep them in a secure location. They won't be taken at home. You can incorporate all of these questions into a practice exam or into a shorter assessment that you create, but they have to be paper-based. They have to be administered in your classroom, okay? But at no point does this actually tell you that you can't score it. And so when you actually administer a practice exam, you can do it in person, in a classroom, send it out, collect it back, give it a grade with an actual score on it. So that's the first question that people often have, and that's how you access these practice exams through the course audit page, and that's how you give them out. Now, especially this year, because we're going to be doing a decent amount of online learning, there is another way to actually administer practice exams, and I'm going to show you that right now, and we'll also talk about formative assessment. So I'm going to go back to myap.collegeboard.org, and once again, I've got AP English Language and Composition and Lit and Comp. We're going to use my Lang and Comp here. I'm going to sign in, okay? And I'm also going to highlight here that with the secure exams, if you go to the question bank option, so we'll move up. I am in the wrong spot there. Let me click on this. I'll move here. If I move over and click on where it says question bank, okay, so we'll click question bank. What I can do to make sure that I build a test that is eligible, okay, to be used for a grade, but if I want to use a secure exam, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my search function to make sure that I look at, okay, teacher use only, so it's going to be a secure exam. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my purpose here, and what I will do is I will click on practice exams. And now this will filter all of my practice exam questions and whatnot. And I can use all of these in my classroom, but I have to fulfill the agreement for a grade, that is, but I have to fulfill the agreement that it's going to be a paper copy, it's going to be handed out, I'm going to keep it secure. Or if you are going to assign it online, what's going to happen is you're going to have to get kids to download what's called a lockdown browser. So if you were to assign this, okay, we'll just, my quiz, that's fine, test 1, okay. If I were to assign this, okay, so we put our test together of a secure exam and I click assign, then please note, it even reminds us here that the kids have to use the lockdown browser, and this is so that the material won't get out. But once again, if you're using a practice exam, you can use that for a grade in your classroom, all right? So now, let's actually talk about what you can't use for a numerical assessment grade in your classroom. And to do that, we're going to actually go to the course and exam description so that you can see the language right here. This is found on page 4 of the course and exam description where it says personal progress checks, okay? And it says that personal progress checks measure knowledge and skills through multiple choice questions with rationales to explain the correct answers. But here's the part that we want. Because the personal progress checks are formative, the results of these assessments cannot be used to evaluate teacher effectiveness or assign letter grades to students. If you misuse this, it's grounds for losing your school authorization. So anything that fits in the formative category in AP Classroom is not available, okay? It's not available for assessment grades. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to go to assessment purpose, you'd want to click formative, and if you click formative, now you know that you cannot assign an assessment grade or a letter grade to that. That doesn't mean that you can't assign a participation grade. If you do the if you do the formative assessment, everybody gets 5 points. You can give bonus points for this, but it cannot be for an actual skill assessment grade. If you got 5 out of 8 right, you then get 5 out of 8 in the grade book. That's not okay. So if you want to avoid using secure documents and you want to avoid using formative assessment questions, all you need to do is go in here, click on the summative assessments, and then if you go here and click on security and then say publicly available, here you don't have to actually worry about much, because if you print this out and give it to kids to take home for a homework assignment, it's not a problem because these are publicly released. The only problem that you're going to have is that there might be answers out there on the internet. They're not considered secure documents. But if you want to assign that for an assignment or group assignments and let kids keep those, you can. However, if you want to use things that are secure, that kids, and you do want to assign a grade to it, you're going to go in here once again, and you're going to click on a teacher use only, summative, and then you can assign grades for that. And then if you're like, no, I want to just do a formative check where I can assign some bonus points because we know that kids love bonus points. They'll give their blood for them. What you would do is you would click on formative, and now we have our formative questions available. So hopefully that clarifies a few things. If you appreciated the video and it helped, I always ask that you click like and subscribe. We'll be doing a lot of quick questions to deal with these issues over the year. And that's all we have today from the Garden of English. I hope you all have a great one.